If you're over 65, let me ask you something honestly. Do your hands get cold even when the room is warm? Do your feet feel numb or tingly at night? Do you get tired much faster than you used to, even on days when you haven't done much at all? And maybe the most worrying one, does your thinking sometimes feel a little slower, a little foggier than it used to be? If any of that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And more importantly, it doesn't automatically mean something is wrong with you. In many cases, it means your blood flow isn't moving the way it should anymore, and this is something millions of seniors experience without ever getting a clear explanation. Here's where the confusion usually starts. Most people are told poor circulation is just part of getting older. They're told to walk more, cut back on salt, or accept that cold hands and tired legs are normal now. But what almost no one explains is why blood flow changes after 65, and what actually helps an aging body restore it naturally. This is the part no one tells you. Blood flow problems aren't just about the heart. In fact, your heart may be doing its job just fine. The real issue is that your blood vessels slowly lose flexibility with age. They don't open as easily. They don't respond as quickly. And the natural compounds that keep blood moving smoothly are produced in much smaller amounts than they were years ago. That's why some seniors take medication, try supplements, even exercise regularly, yet still feel cold, weak, or drained by mid-afternoon. They're trying to fix the symptom, not the root cause. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which 5 foods matter most for seniors when it comes to blood flow, why they work specifically for aging bodies, and how to use them in a simple, realistic way that fits into everyday life. No extreme diets, no expensive supplements, just clear understanding and practical steps that actually make sense. And if calm, clear health guidance like this helps you feel more confident about your body and your future, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what's coming next. Now stay with me, because once you understand how blood flow really works after 65, you'll realize this isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right things, in the right order, for a body that's simply changing, not failing. After 65, one of the biggest changes happening inside the body is something you can't see, but you can definitely feel it. Blood vessels slowly become less flexible. They don't relax the way they used to, and when that happens, blood has a harder time reaching the hands, feet, brain, and muscles. This is why circulation issues often show up as cold extremities, leg fatigue, cramps, or mental fog. Food number 1 matters because it directly addresses this exact change, not in a general way, but in a way that aging blood vessels actually respond to. Beetroot is powerful for seniors because it supports a natural process the body slowly loses with age. When you eat beetroot, your body converts certain compounds in it into a signal that tells blood vessels to relax and widen. When blood vessels widen, blood flows more easily, oxygen moves better, nutrients get delivered where they're needed. Pressure inside the vessels eases instead of building up. This is not about forcing blood to move faster. It's about making the pathway smoother so the heart doesn't have to struggle. Here's where most people misunderstand beetroot. They think it's just another vegetable that's good for you. But after 65, it works more like a replacement for something your body used to make on its own. With age, the body produces far less of the natural compounds that keep blood vessels open and responsive. That's why circulation problems seem to appear almost suddenly later in life, even if someone felt fine in their 50s. When beetroot becomes part of a daily routine, many seniors notice changes that feel small at first but meaningful. Hands feel warmer, feet don't go numb as quickly. Walking feels less heavy. The afternoon energy crash softens. These are signs that blood is reaching areas that were slowly being undersupplied before. This doesn't happen overnight, and that's important to understand. The body responds gradually because it's rebuilding function, not masking symptoms. Another reason beetroot is so important is its effect on blood flow to the brain. The brain is extremely sensitive to circulation. Even slight reductions can show up as slower thinking, trouble concentrating, or feeling mentally tired. Improved blood flow means more oxygen and nutrients reaching brain cells. For many seniors, this shows up as clearer thinking and better focus rather than dramatic bursts of energy. Beetroot also supports circulation in the legs, which is where many seniors feel problems most strongly. Heavy legs, cramping, or feeling unsteady can all be related to reduced blood flow. By helping vessels relax, beetroot allows blood to move more freely against gravity, which becomes more challenging with age. This is why some people notice walking becomes easier or more comfortable over time. How beetroot is used matters, but not in a complicated way. Fresh beetroot, lightly cooked beetroot, or high-quality beetroot powder can all work. What matters most is consistency. Small daily amounts are far more effective than large amounts taken occasionally. The body responds best to steady signals, not sporadic ones. Another important point is that beetroot works gently. It doesn't overstimulate the heart or cause sudden changes. That's why it's particularly well-suited for seniors. It supports natural mechanisms instead of forcing the body in one direction. This makes the improvements feel steady and reliable rather than intense and short-lived. Many seniors stop too early because they expect dramatic changes in a week. But the real benefits show up as the blood vessels slowly regain flexibility. This is a process, not a switch. With time, circulation improves not just in one area, but throughout the body, because the system itself is working better. What makes beetroot special is that it doesn't fight aging. It works with an aging body by giving it back something it gradually lost. When blood vessels can relax again, the entire system feels less strained. Energy moves better, warmth returns, movement feels smoother, and the body starts to feel supported instead of constantly struggling to keep up. After you support blood vessels with the first food, the next step is fixing something just as important, but far less talked about. Even if blood vessels know how to relax, they still need to respond properly. And this is where many seniors run into trouble without realizing it. Over the years, the inner lining of the blood vessels becomes irritated, inflamed, and less responsive. This lining controls how well vessels open and close, and when it's damaged, circulation suffers even if the heart is strong. Food number 2 works by supporting this inner lining, so blood vessels can respond again instead of staying stiff or sluggish. This food is dark cacao, not candy chocolate, not sugary bars, but real dark cacao with a high cacao content. What makes cacao special for seniors is that it helps restore communication inside the blood vessels, something that slowly weakens with age. Inside your blood vessels is a thin layer that acts like a control center. It releases signals that tell vessels when to relax and when to tighten. Over decades, stress, inflammation, poor diet, and aging wear this layer down. When that happens, blood flow becomes uneven. Some areas get enough blood, others don't. This is why seniors often feel cold in their hands but warm in their chest, or tired legs but normal blood pressure readings. Cacao contains natural compounds that support this inner lining and help it function more smoothly. Instead of forcing blood vessels open, cacao helps repair how they respond. This makes circulation more balanced and efficient. Many seniors notice that their thinking feels clearer before they notice physical changes, because the brain reacts quickly when blood flow improves. Here's where most people get this wrong. They think chocolate is unhealthy and avoid it completely, or they eat milk chocolate thinking it provides the same benefits. Sugar-heavy chocolate actually works against blood flow by increasing inflammation. The benefit comes from cacao itself, not the sugar or additives. When cacao is consumed in its purer form, it supports circulation without overstimulation. Another reason cacao is important for seniors is its effect on the nervous system. Blood vessels respond to nerve signals, and when nerves are stressed or inflamed, circulation suffers. Cacao supports calm, steady nerve signaling, which helps blood vessels react smoothly instead of staying tense. This can reduce cramping, restlessness, and that wired but tired feeling many seniors experience. Cacao also supports circulation during movement. Some seniors notice leg cramps or fatigue when walking, not because muscles are weak, but because blood flow can't keep up with demand. By improving how blood vessels respond, cacao allows circulation to adjust more quickly during activity. This can make walking feel easier and more comfortable over time. Consistency matters here just as much as with the first food. Small daily amounts allow the vessel lining to gradually recover function. This isn't about dramatic overnight changes. It's about restoring responsiveness little by little so blood flow becomes more reliable throughout the day. Cacao also pairs naturally with the first food. One supports vessel relaxation, the other supports vessel responsiveness. Together, they create balance. One provides the signal, the other repairs the system that receives it. This is why seniors who use both often notice steadier energy, warmer extremities, and clearer thinking compared to using either one alone. What makes cacao especially valuable is that it works quietly. There's no rush, no jolt, no crash. Over time, circulation becomes smoother and more predictable. The body feels less strained trying to move blood where it needs to go. When blood vessels respond properly again, the entire system feels calmer and more efficient, supporting the heart, brain, and muscles in a way that feels natural and sustainable. After blood vessels can relax and respond properly, there is another piece of circulation that becomes especially important after 65, and that is the blood itself. Even when vessels are open and responsive, blood still needs to move smoothly through them. With age, blood can become thicker and less efficient at carrying oxygen. This doesn't usually show up on routine tests, but the body feels it. Energy fades faster, legs feel heavy, and simple activities take more effort than they should. Food number 3 supports blood flow by improving how blood moves, not by acting like medication, but by helping blood stay flexible and efficient. Fatty fish plays this role in a way that aging bodies respond to very well. It provides healthy fats that support the structure of blood cells and reduce internal friction as blood moves through narrow vessels. Here's where most people get confused. They think circulation problems are only about clogged arteries or weak hearts. But blood is living tissue. Red blood cells need to be flexible enough to squeeze through tiny vessels, especially in the brain, hands, and feet. As we age, these cells can become more rigid. When that happens, even open vessels can't deliver oxygen efficiently. The healthy fats in fatty fish help maintain the flexibility of blood cells. This allows them to bend and move smoothly instead of bumping and slowing down. When blood moves more efficiently, tissues receive oxygen faster, and waste products are cleared more easily. This often shows up as better stamina and less fatigue during everyday activities. Many seniors notice the difference not during rest, but during movement. Walking feels less tiring. Standing up feels steadier. There's less of that drained feeling after simple chores. This isn't because muscles suddenly became stronger, but because oxygen delivery improved. Muscles don't have to struggle when blood flow keeps up with demand. Fatty fish also supports circulation by reducing unnecessary inflammation inside blood vessels. Inflammation narrows vessels and makes blood stickier. Over time, this combination slows circulation significantly. The fats in fish help calm this internal irritation, allowing blood to flow more freely. This creates a smoother environment inside the vessels without forcing them to widen unnaturally. Another important benefit for seniors is how fatty fish supports heart rhythm and efficiency. A steady heart rhythm helps maintain consistent blood flow throughout the body. When circulation is steady, energy levels feel more predictable instead of coming in waves followed by crashes. This steadiness matters more than bursts of energy, especially later in life. The brain benefits here as well. The brain uses a large portion of the body's oxygen supply. When blood moves efficiently, mental clarity improves. Many seniors describe this as feeling more alert without feeling overstimulated. Thoughts feel less sluggish. Focus improves gradually, not dramatically, but in a way that feels natural. How fatty fish is used matters, but it doesn't need to be complicated. Small, regular portions work better than large servings eaten occasionally. Consistency allows blood cell membranes to stay flexible over time. The body incorporates these healthy fats into its structure gradually, which is why benefits build slowly and steadily. Another reason this food is valuable is that it supports circulation without lowering blood pressure too aggressively. Many seniors worry about dizziness or weakness from circulation changes. Fatty fish supports smooth flow rather than sudden shifts, making it gentle and reliable for aging systems. This food also works best when combined with the first two. One food helps vessels relax, another helps them respond, and this one helps blood move smoothly through them. Together, they address circulation from 3 angles instead of 1. The biggest mistake seniors make with this step is impatience. Blood cell flexibility doesn't change overnight. But when supported consistently, the improvement feels deep and lasting. Over time, the body stops struggling to move oxygen where it's needed. Energy lasts longer. Movement feels easier. The system feels less strained overall, not because something new was added, but because something essential was finally supported again. After blood vessels can relax, respond properly, and blood itself can move smoothly, there is still one major factor that can quietly block good circulation in seniors, and that factor is long-term, low-grade inflammation. This type of inflammation doesn't usually cause sharp pain or obvious symptoms, but it slowly tightens blood vessels, interferes with nerve signals, and makes circulation less efficient over time. Food number 4 matters because it helps calm this internal inflammation in a way aging bodies can actually benefit from. Nuts and seeds play a powerful role here, especially when eaten regularly in small amounts. As we get older, the body becomes more sensitive to inflammatory triggers. Years of stress, processed foods, and even normal aging cause blood vessels to stay slightly irritated. When vessels are irritated, they don't relax fully, even if the right signals are present. This is why some seniors feel stiff, tight, or cold even when other circulation steps are in place. Nuts and seeds provide minerals and healthy fats that help calm this irritation. Magnesium, in particular, is important for seniors. It helps blood vessels relax and supports nerve signals that control circulation. Many older adults are low in magnesium without realizing it. When levels are low, vessels stay tense, muscles cramp more easily, and circulation feels uneven. Another key benefit of nuts and seeds is how they support the nervous system. Blood flow is not just mechanical. It is controlled by nerves that tell vessels when to open and close. When the nervous system is stressed or inflamed, these signals become erratic. This can lead to sudden cold hands, restless legs at night, or a feeling of internal tension. The nutrients in nuts and seeds help steady these signals so circulation becomes smoother and more predictable. Here's where many people get this wrong. They either avoid nuts completely out of fear of fat, or they eat large amounts all at once. Neither approach works well for seniors. The goal is not excess, it's consistency. Small daily amounts give the body a steady supply of calming nutrients without overwhelming digestion or adding unnecessary calories. Another reason nuts and seeds matter is their effect on blood sugar. Unstable blood sugar increases inflammation and disrupts circulation. When blood sugar rises and falls sharply, blood vessels tighten and relax unpredictably. Nuts and seeds slow digestion and help keep blood sugar steady, which indirectly supports smoother blood flow throughout the day. This is why some seniors notice fewer energy crashes when these foods are included regularly. Joint stiffness is another area where this food quietly helps circulation. Stiff joints often reflect poor blood flow to surrounding tissues. By calming inflammation and improving nutrient delivery, nuts and seeds help tissues stay nourished and flexible. Movement feels easier not because joints are being forced, but because they're being supported. Sleep also improves for many seniors when inflammation is reduced. Poor circulation and inflammation often worsen at night, leading to restless legs or discomfort. Supporting the body during the day with calming foods allows the nervous system to settle more easily in the evening, which indirectly improves circulation during rest. What makes this food especially valuable is that it works in the background. There's no immediate sensation, no dramatic change. Instead, the body gradually feels less tense, less reactive, and more balanced. Circulation improves not because something is being pushed, but because resistance is being removed. When combined with the earlier foods, this creates a strong foundation. Blood vessels can relax, respond, carry blood smoothly, and stay calm instead of irritated. Each piece supports the others. And over time, this layered support allows circulation to feel more natural and less strained, helping seniors feel warmer, steadier, and more comfortable as they move through their day. Many seniors are surprised to learn that even if they eat well and stay active, blood flow can still feel slow simply because the body isn't holding on to fluids and minerals the way it used to. You might drink water all day and still feel tired, lightheaded, or notice your circulation feels weaker in the morning. This isn't because you're doing something wrong. It's because after 65, hydration works differently, and blood flow depends on more than just drinking enough water. Food number 5 focuses on this exact issue. It supports circulation by helping the body hold and use fluids properly at the cellular level. When hydration is balanced inside the cells, blood stays thinner, flows more smoothly, and delivers oxygen more efficiently. When hydration is off, blood becomes thicker and moves more slowly, especially through smaller vessels in the hands, feet, and brain. Fruits that are naturally rich in water and potassium play a key role here. Potassium helps balance fluids inside and outside the cells. Many seniors are unknowingly low in potassium because appetite changes, digestion slows, or diets become more limited with age. When potassium levels drop, fluids don't distribute evenly. Blood pressure becomes less stable, circulation feels inconsistent, and energy fluctuates. Here's where most people get confused. They think dehydration always means feeling thirsty. But many seniors are mildly dehydrated without realizing it. The thirst signal weakens with age, so the body doesn't always ask for water clearly. Even when water is consumed without enough potassium and supportive nutrients, that water doesn't stay where it's needed. It passes through too quickly, leaving blood thicker and circulation slower. Fruits like berries, citrus, and melons help solve this problem gently. They provide hydration in a form the body can actually use. The water comes packaged with minerals and natural compounds that help cells absorb and retain it. This is why hydration from whole foods often supports circulation better than water alone, especially in older adults. When blood becomes better hydrated, it moves more easily through narrow vessels. Oxygen reaches tissues faster. Waste products are removed more efficiently. Many seniors notice this as improved stamina rather than sudden energy. Walking feels less tiring. Standing up feels steadier. The body doesn't feel like it's fighting gravity as much as before. The brain benefits strongly from this kind of support. The brain relies on consistent blood flow and proper hydration. Even mild dehydration can reduce focus, memory, and alertness. When hydration is balanced, thinking feels clearer and mental fatigue decreases. This often shows up subtly as fewer moments of fog rather than dramatic changes. Another important benefit is blood pressure stability. Poor hydration and low potassium can cause pressure to fluctuate, which stresses blood vessels and worsens circulation over time. By supporting fluid balance naturally, these foods help pressure stay more even, reducing strain on the system. This makes circulation feel smoother and more predictable throughout the day. Digestive comfort also improves when hydration is balanced. Sluggish digestion can worsen circulation by increasing internal stress and inflammation. Fruits rich in water and fiber support gentle digestion, which indirectly supports blood flow by keeping internal systems calm and efficient. Timing matters here too. Including these foods earlier in the day helps circulation start strong instead of struggling from the beginning. Many seniors notice mornings feel easier when hydration is supported through food, not just fluids. Warmth returns to hands and feet sooner and energy doesn't drop as sharply midday. This food works quietly, just like the others. There's no immediate sensation, no sudden rush. Instead, the body gradually feels more balanced. Blood moves with less resistance. Energy lasts longer. The system feels supported rather than strained. When combined with the other foods, this completes the picture. Blood vessels can relax. They can respond. Blood can move smoothly. Inflammation stays calmer, and hydration stays where it's needed. Each part reinforces the others, creating circulation that feels natural instead of forced, allowing seniors to move through their days with greater ease, steadiness, and confidence.